Good afternoon. I'm Kevin Captain, Community Information Director for Volusia County Government, and this is the 1 p.m. briefing for Tuesday, September 27th for Hurricane Ian. With us today is Volusia County Chair Jeff Brower, Interim Emergency Management Director Jim Judge, Beach Safety Ocean Rescue Deputy Chief Tammy Malphurs, and Volusia County School District Superintendent Dr. Carmen Blagobin, as well as Volusia County Sheriff Mike Chitwood. The County of Volusia is continuing to ramp up all efforts in preparation for Hurricane Ian. Let me first talk about sandbags. Volusia County has 16 cities and municipalities, and the majority of them are conducting sandbag distribution events. Because the times and locations of these events are continuously changing, the one primary source for information is volusia.org/sandbags. A curfew will take effect for the unincorporated areas of Volusia County beginning Wednesday, September 28th from 8 p.m. to 7 a.m. on Thursday, September 29th, and again beginning at 8 p.m. on Thursday, September 29th and ending at 7 a.m. on Friday, September 30th. All county government buildings will be closed on Wednesday and Thursday. No decision has yet to be made for Friday. However, the Citizens Information Center, or what we term the CIC, remains open to assist residents with information. Residents can call the CIC at 866-345-0345. The county is also meeting with its municipal partners, elected officials, the Florida Department of Transportation, and other local and state agencies through the Manager's Advisory Group. This is being done to ensure a coordinated response for our residents. These are some of the images from yesterday's meeting. The Manager's Advisory Group will continue to meet as needed to help share information and mobilize resources in support of our response efforts for the safety and protection of our community. For residents who live in the unincorporated areas of Volusia County, regular waste collection service will still occur on Wednesday, September 28th. Collection hours have been modified to begin at 5:30 a.m. and will complete by 5 p.m. Waste collection services for the unincorporated areas of Volusia County, normally scheduled for Thursday, September the 29th and Friday, September the 30th, will be canceled. Residents shouldn't place waste receptacles or yard trash at the curb on these days. For the latest information on emergency-related activities, we encourage residents to visit volusia.org/PIN. PIN is our acronym for the Public Information Network. But if you just simply visit volusia.org, the link is prominently displayed on our homepage. Other sources of information include the Volusia County Emergency Management Facebook page. You can also download the Volusia County Emergency Management app, which is available through the Apple or Google Play Store. There's also the Volusia County Emergency Management Twitter page. We'll now bring County Chair Jeff Brower to the podium and continue the conference. Mr. Brower?
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you all. As you know, the storm track keeps moving. Sometimes it's better, sometimes it's worse. Please use this time to get prepared. Don't get complacent because it looks like it might not be as dangerous as what you expected. We don't know. Things are very fluid. It will keep moving. Please prepare to stay in place for a few days after the storm. What we do know is that it's probably going to be a water event, a flooding event, regardless of what the winds are. It's not safe to travel the roads when you can't see the road. You don't know what debris it might be under the water or what condition the road itself is in. I've been involved with meetings for several days now with probably every department in the county preparing for your safety. As Kevin just said, those meetings will continue to go through the rest of the week. You probably also know that the governor has already signed a state of emergency, declared a state of emergency for all 67 counties. He's also, you won't have to pay tolls on the major evacuation routes of Florida. Yesterday, I signed an emergency declaration for the county of Volusia. That is important to all of you. It gives us more resources, better protection. It actually will help you to get early refills on prescriptions. It authorizes FEMA to coordinate disaster relief. and it just helps provide additional resources for all of us to protect lives and property. That's our main goal. That's what everybody's focused on, is your protection. Please work with us, stay in place. And at this time, I would like to introduce Jim Judge to tell you what is happening with the storm, because he knows.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Chairman Brower. It's a pleasure to be here. Of course, it's hurricane season, and, we were all hoping that this season would pass us by, but we're not so lucky. So we have been monitoring Hurricane Ian now for quite a while, as it came off the coast of Africa as number 35 as a disturbance, and then it became Invest 98L, then Tropical Disturbance 9, and now, of course, Hurricane Ian. So we've been tracking this for quite a while, I'm sure, as you all have, and we were hoping for a little westerly direction. Unfortunately, looks like landfall to southwest Florida, and then basically coming up through the state. We do anticipate that this storm is going to slow down significantly, as much as 5 to 6 miles an hour. So that means it's going to be over us for quite a period of time. We do anticipate tropical storm force winds. We are under a tropical storm force warning right now. We can anticipate winds from 40, 50 potential sustained winds over Volusia County, and we anticipate those winds starting at around 3 p.m. on Wednesday, and then continuing maybe as late as 6 p.m., but plan accordingly, because there's going to be a lot of weather. We have rain today, and it's going to continue to rain over the next few days as we get into potentially for 12 inches of rain through the week on Sunday. So we, all of East Central Florida is under the gun for the wind and also for the rain. Again, it's shifting a little bit more to the right. There can be additional changes as the storm moves up the coast, but we do anticipate that it will lose some strength and weaken somewhat as it comes up again through the middle of the state and potentially impacting Volusia County. We have been very proactive over the last few days with monitoring the National Hurricane Center, National Weather Service, participating in conference calls with our Region 5 counties, which is Volusia south to Martin, but then also our Region 3 counties, which north of us from Flagler on up to the north, that we're watching what everyone is doing. And of course, they're also keeping a track on what Volusia County is doing. But again, there is the potential for major flooding over Volusia County. Again, as much as 12 inches through the week and including on Sunday. Right now, the potential for tropical storm force winds for Volusia is up to 82%. That's quite a bit that it's been over the last couple of days. So again, that tropical storm force warning means that we are potentially going to get those tropical storm force winds within 24 hours, which we do anticipate. Also, the chance for hurricane force winds has increased. That's up to 22%. But we do anticipate possibly, if it slows down, that we may get those hurricane force winds in gusts. So that is the potential. The St. Johns River, we have been out there this week taking a look at that. It has been at minor flood stage, but we do anticipate it actually going into moderate flood stage toward the end of the week. Then also St. Johns River about Lake Harney, we anticipate that's going to go to minor flood stage. We've been out there, met with those folks. Of course, they've been through it before, so they know what actions and things that they need to take. Mentioned sandbags have been ongoing, sandbag operations. So as far as additional protective actions, we have been at a partial activation over the last couple of days. Tomorrow morning, we will go to a full activation in the Emergency Operations Center with all of our critical emergency support functions, fire, EMS, law enforcement, IT, public works, transportation. So all of those folks will be in, along with our power companies, Duke Energy, FP&L, they're ready to go. And then we will be prepared to ride it out for as long as the event lasts until we get into the clear. So storm surge, there is a potential for up to 1 to 3 feet of storm surge along Volusia County. That really just came out a little while ago. We were pretty much in the clear with storm surge, but I know Tammy Malphurs is going to talk a little bit more about that. So what should you do right now? Well, we've got the rest of today and tomorrow to get better prepared if we're not already. Having some food items, some extra water on hand, first aid kit, those battery-operated lanterns, flashlights, and those things. And of course, if the power does go out, one of the big dangers of generators. They're wonderful. They continue to provide us with a refrigeration or air, a little bit of fans, but they are very dangerous with that carbon monoxide. So please follow the guidelines on your generator very carefully. Make sure you don't put them in the garage or even under the eaves of the home, because we have lost people in the past during hurricanes and even tropical storms from carbon monoxide poisoning. Take a walk around your property. Take those wind chimes down. Time to get the plants out, and also check on your neighbors. Kevin always hears me talk about my neighbor Gert, 91 years old, lives next door to us, and so you might make some friends, you might make some family members that turn into that. So please do check on them. Citizen Information Center has been up and running. We've had a lot of calls, both about sheltering and also about sandbags, and that is open and available. So it's wonderful to have county staff in there that can answer questions directly to the public anytime they call. So sheltering, I know that our superintendent is going to speak here in a couple of minutes, but just to let you know, we do have 4 shelters. We have 2 special needs shelters. We have Atlantic High School and Galaxy Middle School, and these are fairly large facilities that will accommodate our special needs clients. But for those folks who decide to go to the special needs shelter, remember, we have that special needs client and then 1 caregiver, because we want to maximize the space in those facilities. And if you do come to one of our shelters, have a good meal before you come. We don't want you to show up hungry. And there's a wealth of information on the app site, the Volusia County Emergency Management app, about all those things that you should bring with you when you do go to either the special needs shelter. And then we also have 2 general population shelters, and that would be Mainland High School and DeLand High School. We are encouraging those folks that live in low-lying areas, mobile homes, RV parks, that if they feel they need a safer location, to take advantage of this voluntary order to seek out and seek shelter in one of those schools. Of course, we always say our shelters are a lifeboat, not the love boat. So if you do come, you need to bring your bedding, your supplies, those things you're going to need, some games, a book to be able to keep you entertained through the event. Citizen Information Center will be up and running all through the storm, and again, we still have today and tomorrow to finish our preparedness activities. And with that, at this point, let me turn it over to our Beach Safety Officer and Deputy Chief, Tammy Malphurs.
Good afternoon. I just want to talk a little bit about the beach today. It's important to know we will be flying that red flag over the next few days. So it's very important to know when you come to the beach, we will have those hazardous water conditions. We started securing all of our assets off the beach, like our towers and traffic signs. So it's important to know that we will be closing the beach this afternoon to driving, and we will not reopen for the duration of the storm. Our priority post-storm, our priority will be to get those beaches back open, but we do have to assess the beach first. We have conservation poles that need to be in place and a lot of other things that need to be assessed before we can get that beach back open, but we'll keep you updated on that. And I'd like to turn it over to Dr. B, Volusia County Superintendent.
Thank you, Tammy. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Carmen Balgobin, and I would like to introduce my wonderful team, joined by our Chair, Ruben Colon, our Chief of Operations, Dr. Earl Johnson, and our Chief of HR, Mr. Mark West, along with our Director for Communication, who's here in the back, Mr. Angel Gomez. Let me begin by first thanking Mr. Jim Judge and the entire team, who is also the Interim Director for Volusia Emergency Management, and the entire team for their ongoing collaboration with Volusia County Public Schools. As early as tomorrow, Wednesday, September the 28th, 4 of Volusia County's school sites will be open as shelters for Volusia County residents. Mainland High School, who will serve the general population, it's also pet-friendly. Atlantic High School, special needs. DeLand High School, general population, also pet-friendly. And Galaxy Middle School for our special needs. Volusia County Schools and our administrative buildings will be closed this coming Wednesday, September 28th, and Thursday, September 29th. Reopening of schools after Thursday will be determined within the next 24 hours. So please refer to Volusia County Public Schools website and social media pages for updates. All after-school activities, events, and programs scheduled for this Wednesday through Friday have been canceled. Parents and community residents are encouraged to monitor the district's website at http://www.vcsedu.org, vcsedu.org, for any further school district updates. For quick access to storm updates and its impact to schools via text, please text and type the word yes to 67587 and become a part of the VCS Connect network. Now, I would like to introduce to you no other than our very own Mr. Mike Chitwood, Volusia County's sheriff.
Thank you, Doctor. The sheriff. Thank you very much. The sheriff, yes, thank you. Good afternoon. Before we get started, I would like to address our business community, and I would like you to pay particular attention to the fact that if we lose power, your alarm systems will go out. When your alarm systems go out, it makes you vulnerable to serial burglars who are waiting for this to happen. In particular, our pawn shops, our liquor stores, our gun shops, jewelry stores, and our pharmacies. So my message is to our business community to lock up your valuables, lock up your narcotics, because if the power goes out, there are going to be opportunists out there looking to take advantage of the situation. The second thing I want to touch on by our social media comments is about our curfew, and I'm going to read you the exact language that's there. The chairman in the county put this in place so that electric companies and first responders could get moving, and plus, we don't want you out there at the height of the storm where you could become a casualty yourself. A curfew within the unincorporated and incorporated areas of Volusia County shall take place Wednesday, September 28th at 8 p.m. and end on Thursday, September 29th at 7 a.m. Thursday, September 29th at 8 p.m., ending Friday, September 30th at 7 a.m. The curfew shall not apply to regular members of law enforcement bodies, regular employees of local businesses, industries, or government entities while traveling to and from their jobs. And all emergency workers are exempt, provided they have identification if stopped by law enforcement personnel. Any person who knowingly violates this ordinance shall, upon conviction, be subject to a fine not exceeding $500 or imprisonment in the county jail for a period of up to 60 days. So the objective, again, is your safety, the community's safety. We don't need you out there in the height of the storm being a sightseer and snapping selfies. We need you to be a responsible resident of our community. Let first responders, let the folks that have to provide services out there on the streets stay home, follow what emergency management is telling you to do, and we'll ride this thing out like we always do, and hopefully we'll all be talking about this in the past tense on Friday. Kevin?
Thank you, Sheriff. I'd like to thank all our speakers for providing such important information. We'll take some questions right now, and we'll just have a microphone around the room before you have any questions.
Could we go over the shelters again? And I don't know if it's Kevin or Dr. Malphurs, just which
That'll be
shelters
Jim.
are opening and when? And it's not mandatory, right, in terms of evacuation, right, Jim?
Yes, thanks, Claire. The shelters will open tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. And they'll be, hopefully we're going to encourage the public that want to stay at one of these shelters to get there early, because we know the conditions later in the day. We have the potential for those beginning tropical storm force winds. So potentially, Dr. Johnson, am I correct? 10 a.m. is the opening? Yes, sir. Correct. Thank you, for the public. And then, of course, we'll be prepared to ride it out until the storm abates and moves out. We anticipate that being Friday morning. So, again, they're going to be in the shelter for a period of time.
But Jim, it's not a mandatory evacuation in place in Volusia County at all, correct?
No, ma'am. No mandatory evacuation right now. It's strictly voluntary, but we are encouraging those folks who feel the need to stay in a safer location where they may be at. You know, we're not seeing an Atlantic type of a storm where storm surge is a big problem, or those winds coming off the coast. So, you know, if you're in an RV, mobile home, older mobile home, low-lying areas, it might be an opportunity to take advantage of the general population shelters. Again, as our superintendent mentioned, pet-friendly as well, but then our special needs shelters. Our health department does an incredible job. We've been through this before. And again, special needs, if you're not registered with us, it's okay. You know, I know we were trying to get people to register just today, but when you get into this time frame, if you need oxygen dependent, you will be triaged when you arrive at the special needs shelter. Of course, we're going to have masks, hand sanitizer, everything we need to be able to have folks protect each other. But those special needs shelters are, you know, again, we're taking a school and we're going to turn it into a little bit of a health care. We're going to have a nurse that may look after 6 or 7 people. So again, it's not a comprehensive healthcare system or service. It's our health department folks that are able to you know, look after those minor medical conditions, blood pressure, help people with their medications, but then also electrically dependent. So if you're on oxygen and you rely on one of the oxygen generators, certainly those schools have generators where you can plug in and maintain that oxygen capability. Did I get it?
You got it, Jim.
Thanks, Claire.
I don't think so. Sheriff, anything more you want to talk about in terms of the opportunists that seem to appear during, I imagine your staff will be up for the next couple of days.
All of Volusia County law enforcement is, all days off are canceled. You know, we are staging high water rescue vehicles on the east side of the county and on the west side of the county. Should the wind speeds get to where medical attention can't get out there, our Bearcats will be staffed with medical personnel along with SWAT personnel if a call comes out, because those things can withstand high winds. The fines for burglary and larceny and price gouging are doubled, and the sentences are doubled if you commit one of those crimes during a declared emergency. And not only has the governor declared it, but the county council and the chairman have declared it as well. We are under a state of emergency. So if you're going to use your 10-figure discount and break into a business, or you're going to, gouge on prices at this time, during this time, you could expect that the penalties to be double what they normally are. So that's where we're headed with that. And let's face it, every storm we have opportunists who are looking to get into those places, whether it's a pharmacy, whether it's a gun shop, whether it's a pawn shop. They're looking to do something, even breaking into the restaurants. We've had that during a storm and liberate themselves of quite a bit of alcohol to get themselves through the storm.
Thank you. Thank you, Sheriff. Thank you, Claire. Anything else? Okay, so again, I just want to thank all of our speakers for providing all the important information today as Hurricane Ian continues to make its way towards Florida. When shelters are opened, we'll post the information on volusia.org/pin. And again, that is going to be the site for all your emergency-related information moving forward. So you can also follow us again on social media with the latest information on the Volusia County Emergency Management Facebook page, the Emergency Management app, or Emergency Management Twitter. So with that, we'll close today's conference. We ask for everyone to please complete your preparations. Don't let your guard down. Take care, stay safe, and help your neighbors.